Hi everyone, this video is going to start a bit different from all the others because unfortunately MAP25 is busted on the fast difficulty. It fails to spawn monsters correctly onto the arena, so I had to implement a fix, or rather fixes, so that it works correctly. Because it's not possible to establish like a sensible threshold, for example, like 220 monsters out of 241, excuse me, because this map fails to spawn a random amount of monsters. So I'm going to walk you through the part, like the fixes I implemented, the interest of fairness, and so you can maybe reproduce them, because I am not allowed to redistribute this fix, as due to the license on Eviternity, it doesn't allow derivative works. So you'll have to DIY it if you want to play this map on UV fast. So, this map, this is our spawn area, this is our arena, as you probably remember it if you've played this map. And these are our monster spawners. So the upper monster spawner is co-op monsters only. So like you can see in the bottom, all these monsters are multiplayer only. So we're gonna ignore it. This monster spawner, however, let's break down how it works a little bit. So there's a bunch of sectors with scrolling floors arranged in clockwise fashion. There's a bunch of walls here. Like these sectors are walls that block off monsters from crossing these lines, and these lines, which are raised by the switch that turns on the arena, and these line defs teleport monsters to random places in the arena. So basically, once you hit the switch that starts the gauntlet, these walls raise, or lower rather, and monsters start going round and round and round, and once they hit these line defs, they're supposed to teleport if the teleport destination is not occupied. So what happens in practice is there are three separate issues with different kinds of monsters which lead them to being unable to teleport in. Now, first of all, pinkies. Pinkies on UV fast are, well, very, very fast. And in practice, they outrun scrolling floors. This leads to a situation in which these pinkies, because they are woken up, you have to shoot a switch here, this one. And as you can see, this is the sound propagation mode. So you can see that these sectors are connected. So like these pinkies will wake up some of the pinkies. These ones will wake up when you shoot the switch, and they will try to navigate towards this corner eventually, because you will be on the arena and they try to pass towards you. And because they outrun scrolling floors, they will find themselves, some of them may find themselves in this corner, and they will never ever ever leave it. So they will never be able to teleport due to these line defs or to these line defs, and like that's it. You're done. You can't obtain 100% kills anymore. Second problem is arachnotrons. These arachnotrons, for some reason, and I'm not sure why this doesn't show up on UV normal and only shows up on UV fast, they like to get stuck on these places where floors change direction. I suspect it has to do with them colliding with other monsters and just their momentum getting cancelled out, so that like they get stuck over here because they're fat. Other monsters get stuck on them, and this is why I said that the amount of monsters you can lose on this map is random. If an arachnotron gets stuck, anything can get stuck on it. Like it could be a cyber demon, it could be 3 captains, it could be some chain gunners, it could be a mancubus, it could be any of these things together. So like I've seen something as much as like 40 monsters failing to spawn on the arena, which is just like not okay, and it's not fun anyway. This spawner works fine. This spawner works fine. And the third issue is small monsters. It's usually small monsters like imps and zombie men. They like to get stuck over here. For the same reason as Pinky, they walk towards in this direction because the Doom guy is on the arena. and they get stuck on this wall, well, around it, and they walk around in this area, and they're fast enough to walk against the flow of this scrolling floor. So they get stuck on this here, and they never spawn. It's about 5 or 6, but you can't predict the number. So with these three problems, you can be missing basically as much as 40 monsters, and which monsters exactly is also kind of random, because whatever gets stuck on the Arachnotrons will never spawn onto the arena. To be perfectly honest, it's not fun. So what I did is I've changed how spawner works a little bit. Open the version of the Pwad which was used to obtain the footage, the gameplay footage that will follow. So I gave Arachnotrons their own spawners, which are like a runway, and these are the same line defs that teleport you to random spots in the arena. Well, they're not random really, they're in a pattern, but I just copied this over here, basically. Rearranged it. And this line def teleports them back to the beginning, so they're gonna like loop around like this without getting stuck until they eventually get onto the arena. And I moved pinkies onto their own copy of the spawner. All of the pinkies. These pinkies were over here. These pinkies from over here, and this one I'm seeing pinky from here. So this is just a straight up copy of this, but with just pinkies. And here there are no pinkies in Arachnotrons. And so basically, yeah, they will just they will not get woken up, and they will just, because these sectors aren't connected by the sound, and they will just properly spawn onto the arena due to when the walls lower. These walls was when you hit the switch, these pinkies will start correctly spawning onto the arena. And for the third issue, I've added a line def that teleports, so this monster that gets stuck over here, they will teleport to one of these sectors and also join the gauntlet. So I've played this map quite a few times. These fixes work and correctly spawn everything, for sure, on the arena. Now, of course, like, as to the conclusion for the official version of the map, I guess I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it's highly improbable to get 100% kills on it, and I'm not a fan of the idea of grinding a bajillion runs to make it happen. So this is what I did, and there are probably better fixes. I'm not an experienced mapper, really. Messed about with the editor for a few hours, got this result. So yeah. As to the arena itself, for this map, unlike other maps, I've included a bunch of unsuccessful rounds at the start, because this arena is hectic, and it should serve as a further proof that I didn't really make the map easier. If anything, I made it harder, because all of the stuff actually spawns on it. So there we go. There's gonna be like 4 or 5, I don't exactly remember, unsuccessful runs, and then a successful run. So enjoy!